Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back again with Hunt Hunter. We are on episode 42, and in the last episode, we kept with Kurapika. Kurapika has gotten the one of the items that he needed to become an employee of sort of a bodyguard of. I still don't know what to really call them. I mean, Dalzaline is the head bodyguard. We've got Neon, who is a girl who is the boss, though I kind of have an inkling that maybe she's not, and she's just a sort of face for the real boss, who is the dad, who's the father, who is using Neon as a way to increase his status in the underground world. So yeah, we have that. Gon and Killua lost 790 million trying to haggle and bargain and fucking basically to make enough money to buy one of the Greed Island copies, which is going to be 8.9 billion in the auction, so that's a lot. And we also got introduced to the Phantom Troop as well. So obviously we've known about them for a while, but we've literally, I think we've gotten introduced to everybody by name, aside from the Chief, because they just call him Chief. I don't think we've had his name yet. So yeah. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else other than the auction is literally about to start. So who knows? Maybe the crew will finally meet up again. I've been anxious and waiting for this to happen for ages now, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. We're just going to get in episode 42 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 42. Right, so I went back just to see what Melody meant by she gained this ability, and it doesn't say specifically. So I'm guessing the thing that she's talking about is being able to hear the music of the world, so to speak. So she can tell certain things by I don't know, because she was able to. I don't know what was it that gave away the underworld auction. What gave it away that was starting? Because Melody knew that it was happening, and so did Pakanoda as well. So I don't know what gave it away, but I don't know. But Melody seems to know, based upon a person's heartbeat, the melody of someone's heartbeat, that what their intentions are and things like that. And she picks up on that. So I'm guessing that's the ability that she gained from that. But it's interesting is how she got it. I don't know how that really works. Is it a case of hearing the music? It clearly does bad things to you, but because she survived, she was gifted something in return. I don't know. But her body, from what I could see of the arm, it looked like it was just shredded. Her arm had basically been through a fucking meat grinder or something. It was. I'm guessing that's what it was, because it was darkened as a sort of form of censorship, I'd imagine. But yeah, so there's 10 days of auction. So yeah, that was one of the questions I had last episode. Is I don't know the length of how long this goes on, and the ins and outs of how the auction works and stuff. So we got that. It was 10 days of auction. Yorio turned up. Thank fuck. I've been wanting him to turn up for a while. I was wondering whether we're actually going to see him in his studies before they would all meet up, but no, he just turned up. I love the fact that he he was so proud of the fact it's yeah, I've learned Nen, but then only describes the 10 part of it. So basically putting an aura around yourself to defend from Nen, right? Defend from, I suppose, Ren, right? So great. He's only learned one facet of it. So he hasn't graduated, which means that he hasn't his exam hasn't finished yet. I'm just wondering who actually was teaching him. That's the thing, We don't know. We might get some information on that going forward. Like, might get like a flashback or something like that. He said he was like studying, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's something you can learn from books, but who knows? Da, 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 da. Yeah, so they were looking into ways to make money. Apparently, there are other ways, other conditions that you can use in the auction aside from money. So, like certain conditions, I suppose, like this that has to be completely down to the person who's selling the thing, right? Like, or like maybe you can buy it for this amount, but also if you do this, you can earn it that way. Which is interesting because not only does it go for just the with Gon doing the arm wrestling thing, but for like bigger and more illustrious shit. Like for instance, could you? I guess you could. I guess there's no real. I guess there's no real limits to what you could really put down there. It's like if you want this, you can you work for me or something like that. I want you to go on this like dangerous endeavor for me or something like that. Maybe like it's a way to sort of hire hitmen in a way, which would be interesting. Is like it's interesting that they brought up that because I wonder if it's going to be a case where they don't outright buy something, but they have to do something else in order to get it. Yeah, I can see that being the case. I could definitely see that being the case. Instead of just straight up like buying it, you know what I mean? Because I mean, they need to get 8.9 billion. They're not doing it with like. He only beat 150 in how long was it? The sun was up and then the sun was down. He beat 150 people. So there's no way. How many did Killua said? Like 998,000 or something like that. It was ridiculous, right? So yeah, it's like. That the auction will be over by the time they even get anywhere close. They wouldn't even get to 1 million. Never mind, It'd be ridiculous. Just wouldn't happen. And by then, you don't know whether they're going to be sold out. You know what I mean? I said this at the end of in the post discussion last episode. It's like, you don't know when these things are going on sale, so they could be all gone by the time you get there. So yeah. Mafia runs the auction, though I think it was confirmed. Like I did have the question, like, is that just the underground one? And it is, because basically Kurapika had pointed out that, because there's so much mafia basically in a certain radius around the place that it's basically advertising. Yeah, this is not good stuff going down here. So yeah, Shizuku. I'm sure it's Shizuku. I'm gonna have to look that up because she was one name that I was looking at all the characters last episode when we met them all, and I just she was one that I did look at because it was interesting how she came out, but I don't know. Shizuku, yeah, Shizuku. Thought it was okay. So it is Shizuku, yeah. There was something that they said about being an arm wrestling champ as well, and that she didn't even use her strong hand. She used her weak hand. So, fuck. That's nuts. And it looked like Gon had to really fucking push for it as well. So she's just strong. I'm guessing then, because obviously Gon did sense like the Nen within it, that she's an enhancer. I'm guessing she is. Could be wrong, but I'm guessing that is probably the case. Because while it's just like enhancing sort of like the aura and whatnot around that, the only way that Gon could combat it is to Nen of his own, right? Is to use Nen back. So yeah. It was less of like a physical battle more than it was a Nen battle, I think, there. So yeah, that was interesting. Kurapika basically came out and said that he wears black contacts. I don't think he's ever said that before. It's never been the case of like they normally have brown eyes, but then they go red, which is interesting because I guess then we only see Is the red eyes only visual for us then? Like, can the other characters not see when his eyes glow red because of the contacts? Because they would clearly be covering it, right? I'm trying to go through, like, the previous episodes, like, way back, and, like, if anyone else saw them or not. Because I feel like it has happened before, but I might be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, interesting anyway. I'm just wondering whether that's primarily a visual cue for us, the audience, and not any, like, the characters in the world can't see his eyes glow red. So yeah, Melody. We've got a bit of information on her, the music, being a music hunter and whatnot, which is interesting. Just a music hunter, like, you know, I guess we're just gonna keep getting like these sort of weird, like, you know, these kind of out of the blue, bit niche hunters. You know, because there was the one that really got me last time was the gourmet hunter, and I was like, oh fucking hell! But it's cool. It's very interesting, and a music hunter is even more like niche, like, you know, because it's like, what, you go around searching for music. I don't know, like, because let's be like, how many, like how much music is there that needs to be found, you know? Like, I don't know, it seems very like there's not a lot of things to go out hunting for, aside from this Dark Sonata, which is apparently supposed to be created by the devil himself. And yeah, just anyone that he has it is, yeah. So yeah, she wants to go out and destroy that. And then we also got the information that I've been wanting, which was, you know, what is the like, who is Kurapika employed to? I was needing like a name, right? Because I was just being like, oh, I don't know, the people that Kurapika are with, you know. But it's the Nostrade family, so yeah, good. They may have mentioned that before because it does sound familiar, but yeah, clearly I just didn't write it down. But it doesn't matter because I've got it now. So yeah, it was interesting as well that Dalzaline he basically had said that, you know, shit going down here, like, it's all based on trust. There's no security cameras, anything like that, so don't cause any trouble, and also don't talk to anyone as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if Kurapika does come across Gon and Killua and the Oreo, that, you know, because he's going to basically go against Dalzaline's orders, which, you know, again, it wasn't coincidence last episode that we saw the one, like, the guy that was a bodyguard before but then ignored orders and stuff, and that's how he ended up, right? So yeah, I think, you know, there's obviously going to be tension there that I can see that's going to end up, it's going to come up with Kurapika and the Nostrade family itself, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, that is all I have. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've linked certain things. One of them is the Discord. If you want any information regarding my content, you can get yourself over there and talk to me or the community as well. And Patreon as well. So I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier, $5 a month, gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week. That's 2 on Monday and 2 on Friday. There's also the full length, $10 a month there. Although these, a lot of these episodes, like the past 10 episodes, maybe more, has been full length anyway. So just enjoy that while it lasts. It will go back eventually when I find time to edit them down, but as of right now I don't. So just enjoy them while that lasts anyway. And there's also other tiers there you can look at as well and see what's up with that. But yeah, that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.